Perfect. I'm gonna show you a simple routine that you could do to improve a little bit your aim. So basically, you go into shooting range. You're going options. Um, you're gonna take for the first one. You're gonna take dummy type, 125 HP, edge shots only. Maximum target, movement speed random, target distance random, and infinite ammo. You can get it on, but it doesn't matter. It's not gonna be important. You're gonna begin, and the goal is not to get the most kills, but it's gonna be as most precise as possible. So what you're gonna do is the bot is gonna start moving left to right, for example. Then you're gonna counterclockwise his movement. So if this guy's going here, you're gonna go reverse, and you're gonna try to track his head, right? You're gonna try to track his head, and then when you feel the good shot, you shoot him in the head. Same shit for this. So counterclock, boom. This guy's crouch, you can get them. This guy counterclock, and then you miss. And then again counterclock, and then you get him. Counterclock, and then you just do this, and you take your time. Because the most important is to get an idea of the crosshair placement every single floors. Because
Do you still do this?
yeah, I do this sometimes. So when you're close, you get the good thing, but it's the further you go, the further you aim up. And then I saw you aimed at like top frames. Nobody's gonna ever peek this shit because they're not even tall enough for this. So you
Yeah.
do this right. You counterclockwise for the first like 2 minutes, I think it is. You know, you just go for one taps. You track the head, right? You try to be as precise as possible. It doesn't matter if you get three in 2 minutes or if you get 100. It's not gonna make you better. The most important is if you don't want to move, you can always try to track them, and then shoot them when you feel like it's the right time, right?
Yeah.
So you get an idea of, and then if you want to, if they don't spawn too much outside, you can always go further and then keep tracking them, right? And then when you feel it's the good time, you go for it, right? And then don't do this. Don't do trying to shoot them now. The point is, you take your time and then you shoot them. You take your time,
Okay.
you shoot them. You take your
You
time.
want me to try that now?
No. We're gonna go over this and
Okay.
then you can go after that. So now the second one is gonna be small balls. You're gonna start with small balls, and then you're gonna bring an ACOG. Doesn't matter which one. And you're gonna do the same thing. So you do it holographic, and then with ACOG. So you go far, and now the goal is going to be, you know, same thing. And when you're gonna be fast enough, you will be able to do this. The goal is not to go fast. Once again, it's to, you know, use yourself to track the movements for your eye. Okay, it's just to get used to the tracking movement, and then just whenever you feel it's the right time, you go for it, right? And then you try to aim for the small balls because they're harder to hit than the bigger ones. But you know, you go with try to go with the time. And then once you get used to this with the dummies, what you do now is you're gonna stand in the middle and watch this. And every time a ball crosses, the goal is gonna be to shoot them as fast as possible. Don't go
Okay.
overextending. You wait and then you try to shoot them when they cross. So it's gonna help you with your reaction time. Not flicks. I
Huh.
just want them because if somebody swings a hallway, for example, you're holding an angle and somebody swings, right? You gotta have
Yeah.
a good reaction time. You gotta have a good
To try
reaction
them.
time. So once you do this, the tracking with the small balls and the dummies, you go with this, and then every single every single time something crosses, you try to catch it.
Would you say your reaction time's pretty good?
Depends, but there's always a peaker advantage. So if you stand still and I'm swinging, I will see you 90 times faster. That's the peeker advantage. So the goal is not to hold any angles. In game, it's not to be sitting here and just hold an angle. Because if somebody swings, I can see you faster. We can go on after if you wanna see what I'm talking about. But and then see the goal is try to get the most accuracy possible. See 51 out of 72 shots and I hit 70%. So the goal is to get as much accurate as possible with the lowest amount of shots. It doesn't matter if you do 72 shots in a minute. It doesn't matter if you do 140. The goal is to get as accurate as possible.
Okay.
And then for last, what you could go for is you go back to dummies, and then now you're gonna do the same thing but with corners. And then now you're just gonna jiggle peek a little bit, and then when you hear somebody come by, you just shoot them. Right this, like that, and then you
Mhm.
just train to peek a little bit. You're just trying to peek a little bit, right? And then you can do this on the other side too. You do this, and then every time you see a dummy, right, you just shoot them, right? Or you can even use the window if you want. If you want to get more familiar on each side, and you do this every single day before anything. That's the first thing you do when you open the game. You do these,
Look at I
and
can't get in.
You
before what?
I'm sorry.
And then
Get off
before
the
hopping,
hoverboard.
and then before hopping on a game, you start one or two deathmatch just to get ready with
But
the
you,
with the aim,
Put him on
right?
your bed. Get off your
And
hoverboard
then
and put him
what
back.
you do during your death match is not sprinting around and trying to get as much skill as possible. Is I'm gonna show you what I do personally
Yeah.
in death match. So I'm gonna abort, but this is the routine that I highly suggest. It's not for the gun skills. It's more for the crosshair placement. So you get your
Okay.
brain used to the crosshair placement. And then now the thing I do in deathmatch is I first start picking holographic, any uppers or a holo. You go with holo, and then I'm gonna show you what I do. I don't run around trying to go for headshots. I don't run around to get the highest amount of kills. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to warm up before my game. So this is live condition. It's like in real time. It's not dummies. So what I'm doing is just I'm trying to focus my audio. I'm slow walking and I'm trying to focus my audio towards where there's an enemy. So there's somebody on this area, and I'm trying to hold angles. You know, I'm not
Yeah.
sprinting, but I'm trying to listen and not
Wait,
focus.
you're playing my buddy. Sorry.
You're in your I'm in your
You're
lobby.
playing one of my homies.
Oh, okay.
No, you're playing one of my homies. Sorrento.
And then so I know there's an ash somewhere, and I'm trying to position myself into a gunfight position, and then I just do this. I just walk, and then I just try to take like good engagements and not swing anything. So I hear that nobody's
Yeah.
here. I know that people are spawning over there, and I'm just walking or I'm slow walking, and I'm trying to isolate my ones, and
Okay.
put myself in position, not like Call of Duty. So I know
You
somebody.
put yourself in good gunfights and not
Yeah,
bad ones.
I mean, if I enter a bad one, it's okay. But I'm doing this before my game, so I'm warming up. So I'm not going to start sprinting around like a monkey, right? Just because it's TDM. I'm gonna play like I was in the game, and I'm trying to take good gunfights. I'm looking at every door where an enemy could be. I'm not forgetting anything.
This is my homie.
I'm getting slow.
Yeah.
But that's what I do. I don't sprint around like a dickhead trying to, you know, I shake a peek. And always trying to. I'm always what's called? Always cross replacement, right? See my crosshair?
Yeah.
I'm always
Yo, Drummy, somebody asked me a question because they're asking like how they could start trying to go T1 Pro.
What you said? So this is